analysis, right? And you can see a lot of kind of GPTs are over there. Of course, we'll be able to see only 4 or 5 or 6 which are kind of featured. But if you see the overall kind of list, then it has too many, right? And of course, you can type something and then you can get which is aligned with this filter analysis. And the most famous one is, as you can see, Scholar GPT, and it has access to 200 million plus resources. And these resources are from this famous, one can say, repositories which are available. So again, you can just you can kind of go ahead with some existing buttons if they are aligned with your kind of, one can say, interest. Otherwise, you should ideally you should just write down your own kind of research problem or the summary which you would like to have for the topic, right? Which you are looking for, right? Summary of topic which you are looking for. Right? So you just write down the name of the topic and you will get this kind of nice outcome. And the good thing is the links are coming with nice emojis, so they are visible nicely, clickable, and you can just click them. They will land. So of course the good thing about this GPT is it's not hallucinating. Whatever it's giving, it's legitimate. You can just click and verify. Most of the times we'll get correct outcome, correct valid links along with papers, so we can read them, right? So it's a very nice tool to quickly get kind of one can say resources or papers aligned with the topic, right? Topic of your interest. So for example, I can also talk about the same topic, let's say brain network analysis, right? Using, let's say, graph neural network, and I just want to know the recent work which has been kind of done in this particular area, and I will just allow. You can also write in the chat box topic of your interest, and I will try to demonstrate some nice, one can say, AI tools which can generate automated literature review and this and kind of summaries for your topics, right? So of course, I'm going to showcase those tools very soon, but for now, I was just asking for this particular custom GPT. So as you can see, right, all the papers, right, they are cited in year 2025, which is good. And if we just go to the title, then it's making sense that it's talking about something related to brain in each and every paper, right, which is good part of it. Right? So you can see healthcare, graph neural network. Then here also, right, it's talking about graph neural network along with biomarkers in this particular case, neuroimaging, Parkinson's disease, right? All of this are related to brain, right? Cognitive issues, right? So again, fMRI based brain net connectivity analysis, right? So it's good way to quickly kind of understand, and it's also talking about some trends and future directions which can be helpful to us, right? So it's a very nice way to use ethical AI. So I feel that this is a nice custom GPT which can be utilized by all of us. So let me just share the link of it with you. So I guess instead of share, I could just paste kind of copy this particular link from this copy link option and just share it with you so that use it afterwards. Feel free to ask questions. I'm not sure why you are not asking or interacting today. Today is the last day of the FTP. I cannot, unfortunately, I cannot see the enthusiasm which I have seen in the first couple of days of the FTP. Right? So I request you to please participate. Right? Feel free to ask questions. You can also share your own insights, of course. Fine. Anyways, let's continue. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a couple of AI tools which are specifically designed for kind of assisting us for research. And let me start with this particular tool, which is called answerthis.io. Right? Okay. So what I do, let me just go with start for free, and Then of course you can sign up or you can sign in depending upon whether you have account or not. So I will go ahead with my existing account. So let me go ahead with this my Gmail ID. Okay. So the good part about this particular kind of platform, right? So let me first share this particular link with you so that you can try simultaneously if you want, or otherwise you can of course try this afterwards. So let me just share it over here in the chat box. So this is the link of the platform which I am talking about. It's called answerthis.io. So there are many other tools for this particular purpose, but what I feel that this one is doing significantly better as compared to others. So what if I go to this kind of prompt helper, then you will see a lot of options over here. It's not just about literature review. You can see it can also do kind of generate research topics. It can generate research proposal. It can generate research outline. It can identify. So you can see the second important aspect that whenever we do research after completing our literature survey, what we usually do is we identify research gaps, and based on research gaps, we come up with research questions. So this tool is trying to kind of help us with respect to those phases also. You can see we can utilize it for identification of ideally, of course, we should do it by our own these things, and then we can use this tool ethically just to make sure that whatever gaps which we have identified, the tool is also kind of recommending the same. Right? This will just ensure that we are not missing out on something with respect to particular research gaps. Okay. And then there are different options of generation of research questions or performing quantitative analysis. Right? So for now, let me try to demonstrate this particular literature review. And it's also talking about particular research area. Right? So let me just you can write down in the comment section or in the chat box about your particular research area. Otherwise, let me go ahead with, let's say, large language models for education, let's say. LLM models for education, right? And go ahead with this particular research area. Okay. So I will just click on this particular button, and then you can see the prompt has been generated. This is fine, but the important thing is this filters, right? So this part is quite interesting. That whatever, and I can't see this level of one can say uh, adaptability in any of the other AI tools where we can kind of fine tune the quality of outcome in terms of minimum citations of referred papers, right? So for example, currently the citation value is zero. If I increase this, let's say if I increase this to 5, that means all the cited papers in my after my literature review, sorry, I should say all the cited papers in my literature review, they will have at least 5 citations, right? So I'm kind of quantifying which type of papers I'm going to utilize in this particular literature, automated literature review, right? So that's the idea of this first part, minimum citations, right? So you can go ahead, if you want extremely good quality of papers, then you can go ahead with this citation value 20. Then what will happen? All the papers which will be cited, they will have at least 20 citations. Then we have quality. We can also control quality of journal. Like for example, instead of allowing all, we can say we will allow only Q1 and Q2. Right? Let's say only Q1 and Q2 journals are allowed in terms of citations. Right? Then we can also fine tune this whether we are going to allow only journal articles, review articles, and conference papers, and or preprints. Right? Usually we won't need preprint, right? Because preprints are their papers which are not kind of published yet. So depending upon your domain, right? Whether if you want insights from those papers also which are about to publish, then you can go ahead with this particular option. But for now, I'm not selecting it. And I don't want books and chapters because I'm talking about actual kind of contributions more. So I can skip it for now. But again, you can decide depending upon your uh, topic and interest. And then again, you have this flexibility whether to allow papers from PubMed or archive or not, right? So for now, I am not allowing them, but it's up to you. Web search, I'm keeping it off. Patents, if you want, then you can also include them. My library is another feature where if you want some, if you already have some papers which you have identified in this particular domain, then you can include them, and then you have to turn this particular option on so that the literature review is cite those papers as well. But I don't have those I haven't uploaded those papers in for this particular query yet, so I will turn this off. But you can personalize this. And of course, you can fine tune this that publication date, you can provide some date so that it, for example, you want papers from last 3 years only, right? So a lot of options are there. And I like this nice interface. And once you click on the submit search button, you will get this kind of nice uh, interface where you will be able to see in terms of percentage how much work has been done so far. And then after some time, you will get the result, right? So, and earlier it was also earlier it used to give some kind of quotes also, right? So it's a nice use case, one can say. So let's wait for some time. It won't take more than, I guess, couple of minutes, and then it will generate a nice literature review. And the interface is quite good, right? Just like Umata, right? In Umata, on the left hand side, we get power of AI. On the right hand side, we get the actual text. Here also the structure is kind of very much similar. On the left hand side, we are going to get the report, and on the right hand side, we are going to get the list of cited papers. So which is good, right? So and also we will get kind of links of papers, we can go there directly and kind of refer them. So a lot of interesting features are there, right? So as you can see, currently it's going on. And after some time, uh, right, it will take, I guess, at most 1 more minute, and then the report will be ready. Let me see if, in case of any queries in the chat box. Okay, no queries so far. Okay, there are 38 more participants, so please ask queries in case of any. Anyways, let's continue. So within a couple of seconds, we'll be able to see the response. And like I already mentioned, that we'll get the report on the left-hand side of the screen. The screen will be divided into two parts. Left-hand side, we'll be able to see the our report, and right-hand side, we will get all the papers which are kind of cited in that particular report. And we will also, and the best aspect of this particular tool is that it's highly personalized. That we can decide which type of papers will be cited and from where. And also the time span, right? Whether we want papers from last 2-3 years only, or whether we want papers from, let's say, only Q1, whether we want papers or with, or let's say, minimum citation 10, right? So all those kind of configurations you can play with depending upon your requirements. So it has completed 90%. Suddenly I cannot see progress. So let's wait. Otherwise, I will refresh this page and hopefully. And they also tend to send email, right? Whenever they complete the research. So let me see whether I have got any kind of email, like not yet. Right? So people are asking about this particular email. Maybe they were not attending the FDP, so therefore they are asking what this marks are referring to. Okay, anyways, let's let me refresh because okay, and you can see there's some interesting words are appearing over here while the model is trying to generate report. Okay? It's giving us some kind of facts. Okay, so let me refresh this because this is not usual, right? Usually after 9091 should come very soon, but it's taking a lot of time. Okay, so maybe what I can do, I can focus on recent searches, and hopefully I will be able to get back the same. Right. And if I don't get, then I will showcase some result which is already there because I don't want to waste our time in generation. Because you can anyway do it once you know the tool and how to use it. So maybe if I go to this um, library, not library, I should say more of recent search instead. So I guess this is the tab from where we can get back what we have discussed. Library is for what you are going to upload, that is library. But if I click on it, then it's more about which papers you want this particular tool to consider while you kind of interact with it, right? So therefore, it's like that. So for now, I don't have anything there. One more thing which is called site, but again, this is paid feature, so I should not waste time over it because not all of us are going to pay. And of course, there are some agents. So that's okay. So again, these are the plans as you can see. In case if you want to kind of go ahead with the pro version of this, then let's see, it's around 21 US dollars per month if you are using this for as a solo researcher as mentioned. Okay, so I guess somehow it uh, has lost it. So maybe I can just quickly uh, put a new query over here. So again, I will go ahead with the same thing, literature review, uh, LLMs in education. This time, I don't want to spend too much time, so I'm not setting this filters just to save time. I can just put one filter that's up to Q2 only. Okay, let's see. So hopefully it will give us result very soon so that we can just appreciate how good it is. Okay, fine. Meanwhile, okay, while it generates result, I can talk about something else also. Okay, so let me go. Okay, so it won't take much time. So let's stay on this particular page, and within a minute, we will be able to get the result. I can simultaneously I can open one more tool. It's called okay. It's called SCI space, size space. Right? SCI space. This is also one nice tool. And I've already kind of, as you can see, this is kind of detailed review on this particular topic. You can see the quality of outcome. Right? It looks nice, kind of similar to what ChatGPT or Perplexity gives us. But seems slightly better than that in terms of because it also has this kind of tables and citations are clear and all. But let me try to kind of open this with some different email ID because there's one interesting feature of it which I would like to showcase if possible. Uh, it's more about review, right? If you want to perform a proper kind of review on any of the topic, then I feel this is the best tool at CI search, SCI space, like so this one I talked about. Okay. So now, okay, let me try to log in to Google. Okay, so again, and to okay, fine. So we continue with it. So here, okay, so before that, let me see if outcome of this has been generated or not. Or it's taking slightly more time. Maybe it's because of slow internet. Let me try to close the unrelated tabs. And hopefully will be generated very soon. So you can see, for in the case of perplexity, we get this kind of email that your report is ready, and then if I click on this particular button, then we'll be able to see the entire. Because many of the times, let's say we put some kind of query and then we go somewhere else, and then we forgot that actually we had asked this, so it will remind us that. But this will happen only in the case of deep research mode, right? Because it takes slightly more time. In the case of normal search, it will take a couple of seconds only. But this research will take more time. Right? So therefore, this feature is only for reports, research reports. Okay. Anyways, let's go to this particular tool one more time. Okay. And let me share the link of it in the chat box. Just a second, let me try to get this. So I'm talking about this second tool. Meanwhile, let me share my screen one more time. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Screen is. Okay. So this surprisingly is very slow today, but usually it generates report very fast. Anyways, let's wait for it. Meanwhile, I was talking about this particular tool. So you can see a lot of options are there. Okay. And this is called deep search. Apart from deep search, there is one more option which is called deep review. So that I'm not sure why it's not showing me right now. Maybe because I've already utilized it. That's why. But ideally, it should also showcase that particular, in some sense, option, because it generates very nice long, one can say literature, uh, in some sense kind of review paper. Whenever we, so you can see this is, I was referring to this. If you go to literature review, and in literature review, if you go to deep review mode, then you get a very nice report, which is kind of, I feel that it's very difficult to get with any other AI tool. So instead of doing this from scratch, because it may take a lot of time, you can see what I did over here, right? So if you see my query, then it's about self-driving cars technology development in Europe, focusing on AI algorithms, including industry impact and regulatory and ethical consideration. That this is my topic, and it's too specific, which is good. So you can see how many papers it has considered. It has considered 1050 different number of papers. So it's a very huge number. And out of these numbers, papers, it has identified 371 papers which were relevant to the review, right? And then I have asked this particular, so of course it has asked this relevant questions, just like Chat GPT. So far it looks normal, right? Nothing substantial, I should say. But once you see the outcome, like this is my outcome, right? Go through this. Right? if I click on this read, or I guess download, then only you will be able to appreciate it. So let me just download it, and then we will go through it, and then you will appreciate. So you can see it's about 40 pages, right? So you can imagine that how good this particular tool is, right? So let me just uh, call it, let's say, output of the review. We just give this particular date, 7. And now let me just click on save. Let me just open it. Okay. Or meanwhile, maybe I can just show it from over here also. But you can see, right? These are the section: abstract, introduction, purpose and scope of review, a statement of purpose, specific objective, methodology. What is the methodology of the review? Then it's talking about how it has kind of identified the relevant papers for the review. What are the results of the review, right? And so it's just like a good review paper, I should say, right? So abstract is all about what it has done in this particular report. Right? It's fine, means it looks good. Introduction, okay. Then, so still introduction is going on. This is a good way, right? Whenever we write anything with respect to research, we should specify the purpose and scope. So it's identified, it does identified and stated both of the things. What is the purpose? Right? Self-driving cars, technology development, focusing on AI. Right? This was my prompt, right? So it has identified it, and this is quite interesting. Based on the prompt, it has identified this 5, right? Yes, this 5 objectives must be fulfilled in this particular review paper, right? And now it's talking about methodology. This was the original research question, right? Then these are the specific queries. Now it's talking about papers, how papers have been kind of identified. Right? So database 270 million research papers, and then it has narrowed it down to only 305 papers. And what technique of citation chain it has used. So it's also talking about this, right? How it has arrived to uh, finally 50, right? So out of 392, 305 were based from search and 87 from citation chain, right? So what is citation chain is explained over here. So backward chaining, forward chaining, right? So it's more about, let's say you are reading a paper and you find one particular reference of that particular in that particular paper, and then you also cite that particular paper. So that is called backward citation, right? And forward citation, right? We also identify newer papers that have cited each core paper, checking how the field has built on this particular research. So it's more about, there are some papers which are kind of being cited by many studies, right? So they have also included that kind of new papers. So that's how this final 50 papers have been kind of considered, right? They are very rich, right, in some sense, which are relevant in this particular case. Explaining paper by paper, right? What is the kind of what is discussed with respect to all the 5 objectives, if you can see, right? Which is quite good. And it's still going on, right? Too many papers, right? For each paper, we have got this result. And now it's talking about segment, right? First segment, these are the works. Second segment, these are the works. Third, fourth, fifth. And now it's talking about the main part, critical analysis and synthesis. What we can refer from this, what we can infer from this report. Okay? So different aspects. First aspect, what are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? Second aspect, third aspect, so on and so forth. So it's very difficult to, if I give you this report, then it will be very much difficult for you to kind of guess that it is generated by AI, right? So level of depth is extremely high, and I have never seen AI tool which can give this kind of uh, response in terms of the review, I should say. But before you go ahead and try this, I should just mention that in the free version, you can create only one deep review, right? So this is just one-time thing. If you want to create more deep review, then either you have to pay or you have to use your different email address. Then only you will be able to create. So if you identified your field, that this is your field and which you would like to know more with respect to some specific research questions, then you can go ahead with this particular tool. So you can see still the report is going on. It hasn't been concluded yet, right? So what are the theoretical and tactical implications of all these findings, right? So that is coming up. Limitations, right, also coming along with citations. And citations are also like very neatly written. And then finally, it's also giving us future direction of work and conclusion. Okay. And then you can see nice references in APA format. So this is maybe I can just open the PDF very quickly. Okay, so it was there. Let me just go back. Okay, so this is the PDF. You can see 40 pages of PDF, like which contains the deep review on this particular topic. You can see a lot of tables, but still the text is also coming. So it has captured all the essence of this particular topic. But again, like I mentioned, with free version, you can just create just one. You can utilize this just once in the case of free version. All the papers have been cited. So, okay, and if we go back one more time, then how to do this? You can go to literature review, and in literature review, you will get this particular option of deep review. So that's what I was referring to. And then you can write your query. So that's how it worked, I guess. Right? So if you see over here, then this is visible. This was visible, and then okay, go back. Then yes, literature review, and then you have to go to this deep review, and then you can get this kind of outcomes, right? Of course, standard and high quality are also there, but the level of kind of outcome you get in the case of deep review is actually better as compared to others, right? So you can see that in free version you get 100 credits, and you have most of the time, most of the things are quite limited. Of course, in the paid version, more. But still, I highly recommend this. If you know your topic very well, then you can utilize this particular tool and get better insights. Okay. Now, let me just go back to this. Okay, but it's very shocking that it's taking too much time. Otherwise, right, this is one of my favorite tools, answerthis.io. But it's okay. Means of course you can also try it afterwards. Let me try to showcase it if I can kind of show you some of the existing or I should say previous response of previous queries. Right? So then maybe you will be able to appreciate this tool also. So okay, so let me just kind of go ahead with some of my previous works so that you can appreciate this tool. So as you can see, this is how the output looks when it comes in the case of answerthis.io. So this query was about identification of research gaps. It was not about literature review. So it has identified this research gaps. And the topic is this machine learning on graphs and again brain disorder detection. That was the focus. So you can see it will mainly focus about what existing literature is lacking, means where existing literature is lacking. What are the aspects? What are the challenges of or limitations of existing work? Right. So as you can see, right, first it's talking about uh, this kind of data, right? Integration of locational data and multimodal data in the case of brain network analysis. The second limitation, integration of multimodal data types, right? Including this. Third limitation, what are the challenges with respect to methodology? What are the limitations are there? Right? So very nice way to understand different aspect of the problem. As you can see, we can we can kind of understand what are the issues with data set, what are the issues with the existing methodology, what are the gaps in existing kind of integration, what kind of integrations are missing right now. So it's a very neat way to kind of understand the overall problem or overall limitations, right, with respect to this. And with respect to advanced techniques, what existing works are going on, right? So all of these things are available, and you can see some other limitations are also coming up, and we can see total, right, like it's still going on. So around 10 different specific, 9 different, right? So 10th one is again, 10th one is also kind of giving us some specific insights. So 10 different limitations or research gaps. It has 10 subsections are there. The actual research gaps are more than that. So it's a very nice way to understand what is lacking. So this was about left side, but the right side is also quite interesting. So as you can see, you get this kind of paper, details about papers. If you click on them, then they will link to the new kind of page where we can find the entire paper. Then we can also get this kind of abstract of each and every paper. It's very easy to kind of navigate to the cited papers. And you can select over here which type of papers you would like to see. Like for example, if you allow Q1 as well as Q2, then you will decide that whether you would like to first focus on just Q1 or Q2, right? Like that. And you can also change the citation type. Like for example, instead of IEEE, if I write APA, then citation will change accordingly, right? So those are the things which are good. But some of the things are again paid. Like initially, I guess more things were available for free, but now they are making uh, a kind of paid version. But still, irrespective of what we can do with right hand side, still you can see the left hand side is still impressive, right? So the results, the reports which we can get, right, they are very nice. Okay, so let me try to also showcase some other query which I had given related to something else. So this was related to research questions. So this is also quite interesting that now we can use this kind of AI tools for generation of research questions, right? So reconfigurations of antenna design. This was the domain which I have asked, and these are the specific research questions which this particular tool has generated. Right? So it has given 12 different research questions based on existing studies. And this can be a good starting point to your PhD students who are just starting their work. Right? So hopefully you are appreciating, right, how good this research AI tools are, right, and what all kind of things you can do. And again, here also you get similar kind of options, right, which I've explained you earlier. You can also sort them based on publication date, so on and so forth. Okay, so let me try to showcase the actual literature review also, because I must have done that also. Okay, so this was mainly for literature review. Right? So as you can see, use of digital HR interventions for enhancing employee engagement. Different aspects, AI for recruitment, AI for performance management, AI for learning and development. So all the functionalities of HR, how AI is helping HR, right? That is the theme, right? Let's see, nice results along with future research directions. So again, even though some of the features are not available for free, still you can use the insights obtained from this particular. Uh, one more. Okay, so this is again one more time literature review. Here also you can see number of sources are more 44, and previously like here also you can, as you can see, I can also add columns on the, like for example, let me try to zoom this so that you can see this properly. So if I kind of, let me zoom out so that I can go to this particular view. So as you can see, if I click on this key findings, automatically one new column will be added with key findings. So that's the power of this tool. That usually when we kind of go for this kind of literature review, we usually prefer this kind of table format in which all the key things are listed, like what is the source, what's the abstract of the work, like what are the key findings, what are the limitations, right? What are the methodologies? Right? So it's very easy to add all those stuff, append them, right, using this uh, tool. So even in free version, it's good that you can compare at least 5 or 6 papers with respect to this different uh, kind of aspects, right, as you can see. These are the options for you, right? You can include contributions, you can include future work, you can include research gaps, right? So all these options you get with respect to comparison. Okay, any questions? Right, you can see filters also. Like these filters we have already seen, but there are some interesting filters also. For example, you want only the papers which has some kind of specific words, right? So you can also mention, right? So for example, if I want then this is about graph neural network. So I have to ensure that if GNN comes, then only I will need only the abstract which includes word GNN, and then I can apply that particular filter. So as you can see now, every paper which is cited, it has this GNN word. Okay. So if I write something which is not there, then of course, like for example, if I write, let's say, machine learning, and it will refer to less number of papers or maybe nothing. Let's see, like machine learning. Let me add this. Let me apply. So then the papers will change accordingly. You can see only 2 papers are coming. Then it's not applying. So and again, we are referring to abstract. So I guess I was referring to wrong column. We have to see this particular column. Let me move towards the abstract. So you can see if in all the abstract now, okay, machine learning word must be present. Then only machine and learning, not necessarily they come together, I guess, but those 2 words will be there. Only those papers will kind of appear. Right? So a lot of interesting features are there. You can also go up to 10 in the free version, but beyond 10, I guess it will, as you can see, it will ask for the pro plan, right? So in the free version, you can go ahead and utilize this for at least 10 citations. So I will take questions if any. Otherwise, we'll go for the validatory session after 2-3 minutes. Any questions? Okay, okay, it's fine. So we'll continue after, I guess, 3 minutes, and then we will go for the validated session, and then we can have one more uh, round of small discussions where we can discuss about the overall FTP, and if you have any specific queries, then we'll resolve them. Okay, so we'll break for uh, 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so, let's continue at 5:35. Okay, okay. Good evening, all. So I request Professor Vinit Saula to conclude this FDP.
Yeah, thank you, Mahipal. Yeah, good evening, Dr. Mahipal, Dr. Pilli, and all the participants here. I think this is, I have to play the present duty part on my behalf.
Okay.
Am I audible? Am I audible? I hope I'm audible. Okay. Thank you, Deepak. So I think I should thank Dr. Mahipal for putting a lot of efforts in this program. And he has arranged for good speakers. And I think you would have listened to him also. He is an avid pedagogical, you can say, a kind of practitioner in a way. And he has a lot of trace of his outcomes in many ways. We should also thank all the speakers who have devoted their time for engaging our sessions. I hope participants would have benefited with that. And thanks to Dr. NP Padhi Saab, our director Saab, for his encouragement and motivation coming that way. I think participant, I expect that you would go back and practice a few things learned here. And we expect you to share your feedback in many forms, by email or maybe by the LMS which we have shared with you, Canvas, so that we can take it ahead. And next time, whenever this program is organized, we have a better version for that part that way. Right. Thank you, Mahipal, for inviting me. Thanks, Dr. Pilli. Dr. Pilli is also our co-chief investigator of this academy. And he is proponent of another stream here. Many of you might know that he is leading the quantum series of programs. Anyway, so thank you, Mahipal. I take rest there.
And also, just a second. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your coordination and help. Right, you arranged, right, most of the speakers were arranged by you only. And also, thank you for your talks. And I would also like to request Dr. Pilli to share his thoughts about FDP and AI.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Mahipal, and it was a very good initiative. Actually, a lot of such courses are encouraged by Professor Sahula, and our directors are also Professor NP Padi. Especially this course, and we are MNIT is also popularly known for research methodologies course also, which you may find it interesting when it is offered next. This teaching learning was designed this time, first time, and also with an interest or inclination to give awareness on various AI-based tools, which will make our teaching very convenient and comfortable. So, and then of course, we were also looking at a variety of what do you say, opinions from good teachers or excellent teachers who have shared their thoughts and viewpoints and their own way of handling the lectures. It was very nice, and I hope that all these learnings will not be left at the appreciation level that we did a very good course, we learned so many things, but everything will be very useful if they are put to practice. So I hope that they will do well, and all of you will put to practice what you have learned, and you will also excel. And in fact, not only it's only a starting point for you, you can do more than what has been taught here, because you've been given a direction, you've been given a what do you say, a starting point. where you can take off, right? So a lot of effort has been placed by Dr. Maipal and Professor Saula sir has been guiding, and many teachers from within MNIT and across the country have participated in this series. So I hope that this will also become a benchmark, like we have the quantum programs, like we have the research methodology, and how to write a research paper, and all those things. All the research tools are taught. Similarly, now AI tools for teaching and learning will be taught. Hopefully, we will operate sometime soon, and we'll introduce you more tools which will help us to be effective teachers. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Now I request participants, if in case of any feedback, will make you panelists and you can share them with you. You can unmute yourself and share your feedback if any. Or alternatively, you can also write in the chat box.
I think we can propose them to raise their hands,
Anyone else?
and we can also start making them panelists now, so that they can themselves unmute.
Sure.
Yeah, they can raise their hands. So,
Right, sure.
Satyanarayana.
Good
Yes,
evening,
sir.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes. Yes. Please raise the volume for.
No?
Yes, sir. You are. Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am Dr. C.V. Satyanarayana, sir, from Andhra Pradesh. So I've been with this program from day one. Really, the program is excellent, and one of its kind I've attended in my last 5-6 years, because from Corona time we are all addicted or accustomed to the online programs. So in last 6 years, what are the programs I've attended? It is one of the best programs, sir. But only one request or say like feedback from my side. I felt like the duration is a little bit high for a day, sir. 4 hours sitting online and listening and making a note and all. It was really a little bit tough time for us. For me, sorry, for me, because I don't know how others have felt it. So other than that, everything was fine, sir. The tools that were shown, even the usage, the Canva was very interesting actually. Though I'm using Canva from a couple of years, but still I have never gone through these kind of special features that were shown by ma'am. It was really interesting, sir. Thank you for giving a very good insights of every other thing. Even today's program was really good about the scholar part of the chat GPT, which was really giving beautiful information. Thank you, sir. Thank you for making this program and making us part of this program. So thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And also, I request all the participants to utilize the recordings. Means in case if you felt that you couldn't attend some of the important sessions, then you can always revisit. Of course, you can write us back in case of any specific queries. We'll resolve them. Anyone else, you can raise your hand, or otherwise you can just unmute and speak, because all of you are panelists now.
Yeah, you can raise your hand so that Dr. Maipal can request you to share.
Chart says someone spoken. Sir, which is easily someone. Or in chat.
Nobody there. Okay.
Anyone wants to say something? Otherwise, we'll conclude. You can also ask any queries if any. Like, whatever you feel, anything related to AI or in general also.
I'm not able to access the content, sir, recordings. It says www.youtube.com refused to connect.
No, it's a playlist is available. I will share the final playlist in the WhatsApp group itself and also via email, and then you will be able to get it smoothly. Maybe that is happening because usually whatever link we share, that is for live. Once the live thing is completed, the link will be changed. Right? The video will be the entire recording will be converted into video. So both things are different. So therefore, maybe you are clicking to the live link, which is expired. So that may be the reason. But don't worry, we'll share the playlist which contains all the videos of all the sessions. Okay, fine. So in between, if you have anything, you can write or say. I'm concluding with my final vote of thanks. Then, good evening to all. It is my privilege to extend heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of organizing team at MNIT Jaipur. First and foremost, I express my deep gratitude to Professor Narayan Prasad Padi, Chairman EICT Academy and Director MNIT Jaipur, for his inspiring leadership and continued encouragement. His vision for academic excellence and innovation has been a constant source of motivation for all of us. My sincere thanks to Professor Vinit Saula, Chief Investigator, EICT Academy, for his insightful guidance and long-standing commitment to strengthening faculty development initiative across emerging domains, including AI and digital education. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Emmanuel S. Pilli, Co-Chief Investigator, EICT Academy, for his consistent support and encouragement in carrying forward the objectives of the Academy. Also, I would also like to thank Dr. Mushtaq Ahmed, Head of the Department of Computer Science Department of MNIT Jaipur. I would like to thank all the speakers who have worked tremendously to deliver nice sessions across 10 days for during this particular FTP, and also all the supporting staff at EICT Academy and my PhD student. And the main part is, of course, you people, all the participants. Thank you for attending all the sessions, especially in the initial days. You were very attending very actively. So thanks for that. And hopefully you can again revisit and write to us, right, in case of any queries. And like I already mentioned, we will share the playlist so that you can go through the content one more time. Thank you. So all other queries will respond on WhatsApp, and you can also contact us via the FDP Academy email ID.
Meeting.